jump, because this will probably give us one of the special weapons. I don't know which one, but it's a Brachy and a Gore. This is the option here is for the item box sets, or yeah, your item pouch sets, so you can actually just instantly quick thing. The kitchen is the same choices as with 3U, so if you're familiar with that, you're pretty good. Yeah, Baron's one of our regulars. We give him some leniency. Alright. Oh, if only I had my sleep weapon. Alright, that's alright. Who's up first? Brachy's up first. Just what I'd like to see. Brachy has a couple new attacks. Nothing too special. Get my buffs on. There we go. And one thing you'll notice is right now I've only got the 2 buffs going, which gives me a faster attack combo. When I get the triple buff going, the combo actually speeds up even more. So it's actually pretty important to actually manage to get that buff a lot of times to maximize your damage per second. One thing to note, writing here, when the monster's face on the bottom, on the bar goes red, you need to hold on by pressing R, and then when it's green, you press X to attack the back. If you fill up the middle bar before their little monster face gets to your past your progress, you'll get your write-off. They'll trip for an extended duration, and then you can go to town. Tripping is really good online. It sets up a lot of good times to actually get in lots of sustained damage. Also, when someone's riding a monster, if you flinch the monster, they'll fall off. So a lot of times, the riding time is good for things like sharpening or potions or whatnot to redo your buffs. If you have multiple bug staff users, it's also a pretty decent time for the bug staff guys to reinstitute their buffs if they need to, especially if they don't have power bugs, because it will the stamina and speed bugs typically will not do enough damage to flinch a monster, so you can actually manage to get in those hits that you need to restore your buffs. If you're rocking power bugs, be careful, because they typically have a better chance of flinching monsters and KOing monsters, and that's like the last thing you want during the rides a lot of times. I'm going to go ahead and sharpen here if I can. But Brachy is pretty much the same as you would expect. He's a little bit slower this time around, mainly because he is a low rank and high rank monster now. The Moga Woods quests for this game, you can, like the one I just did with the Goa, it was a level 58 Goa. If I do that quest online with people, or just do it again through the guild hall, that Goa will level up to, I believe the maximum level is 100, and higher level monsters move faster, do more damage, so in a way you can actually kind of generate a G rank level of difficulty in the game through those kinds of quests. And to be honest, these monsters are actually not that easy to begin with. Like, you know, I'm in a rank higher. This is a low rank quest. I'm wearing high rank armor right now, but the only skill it really gives me is defense up, and the weapon I'm using is actually pretty appropriate as far as damage wise. 327 is pretty much in low rank level attack power for the weapons. Admittedly, Kieran doesn't appear till post-game village, and high rank, I believe, on offline, but there's low rank versions of Kieran, and that's what the parts are made of for the staff. Another good point with the bug is if you send the bug out, like if you see there, the first thing it hit was the Brachydios' fists, but I didn't want the red buff, so I just I commanded him to attack again, which sent him further through the monster to hit the next available part, which happened to be his belly, which is one of the areas that grants the yellow buff from Brachy. So having, you know, knowing when to manage that extra attack calls and whatnot is kind of important for the bug staff, because otherwise I would have had to try and leap. Oh, there's his new attack, big giant puddle. It'll make a giant explosion. But you know, trying to Brachydios' back and belly are the only parts that give the orange buff, and so you know, if I couldn't get it by doing that double attack, I would have had to like leap over Brachy or go around him to his backside to get it, which wastes a lot of time. Wow, perfect timing on the roar. And so instead of that, I can actually just do that double call. There's my attack buff. And with Brachy, especially when he's in rage mode, typically I don't worry about the armor buff as much, except after a trip. Mainly because it's hard to get off of him, and, you know, needing to dodge some of his attacks is kind of important at times. I need to sharpen. Yeah, Tigrex riding is hazardous to everyone's health, except the rider. There is a pattern to it. If you can recognize the pattern, it's pretty easy to avoid being mauled by him. But or if there's the level with multi-terrain. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh. Oh, he did the area one. I was expecting the frontal one, and I landed right in front of him. Oh, all right. One thing to note with the buffs is each pip is individually timed unless you happen to get all three. If you get all three after the duration of the buff, all of the things reset. You can't extend it out by getting any other buffs or anything. It just expires after a certain amount of time. So typically what I'll do is I'll try and get like another buff and just have the bug follow me around for a while, because unless you call it back via R and A, it won't just immediately give you the buff. It'll follow you around for a bit. That's a lot. The duration it'll follow you depends a lot on the stamina. So if you have a stamina bug, that allows you to preempt some of those buffs earlier, so you can, you know, go through the Golden Boy mode. You know you're about ready to run out. You know that armor buff is really hard to get. You get it a little bit earlier, so that when you come out of Golden Boy mode, you already have armor waiting for you, which can be pretty important as well. You know, extra armor buff, always good. I'm being just trounced here. One thing I will note is it appears that they upped the fire damage on slime, as far as the slime explosions. Fire resists actually seem to reduce the damage from the slime explosions by quite a bit. It could just be me being weird, but being in like jaggy armor and getting hit by those slime explosions is devastating, and then being in an armor with no fire negative doesn't hurt nearly as much. Oh, come on. You've got to be close to dead. Ah! You also notice that the slime graphic on Hunters has changed. I don't really like the change because I typically don't notice that I have it until like really late. Also, for things like slime coating and slime shot, the color of the icons changed. It's no longer green; it's an orangish. So you know that was a big weird change as well for me. There's the armor buff. And again, with Brachy, one of the safest spots around him is actually directly underneath him, unless he does that attack. I'm just not doing very well today. He's exhausted right now. I really do need to break his pounders, but this weapon is not. I should have just came with the blue sharpness. One of the downsides to the bug staff is its lower sharpness levels. It has very little green sharpness until you get into blue, essentially. It never really has a stage where it feels like it has the proper amount of sharpness. But to be honest, the bug, if you go for a power bug, actually makes up for a lot of that lost sharpness. Because it's impact damage from the bug that just doesn't bounce, so... Time to sharpen. Because obviously he's still got a ways to go. So kind of go over some of the buffs here. Other the cat's gonna go do their extended flash bomb. White buff for bug staff is movement. Red is attack power. Yellow is armor. Like we said, when you combine them, white and red gives you the faster attack here. White and orange will give you armor as well as low-grade earplugs. And then getting all three, of course, gives you even faster attack speed with low-grade earplugs on top of that. So, like going into Golden Boy mode not only allows you to essentially bypass, you know, those people who like to have earplugs on like every set. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Also, roars will knock you off when riding a monster. So by having that Golden Boy mode, the bug staff really becomes like one of the best riding weapons for monsters. Lance is actually pretty solid too, because it can now jump while in the middle of its charge, which allows it to ride monsters pretty effectively. At least without having to rely on terrain constantly. Ugh. Come on, just this is like a 2-monster quest. Why do you have so much health? just need to go... I need to go take a poop. Play while pooping. Enter the zen state. Damn it. I was looked up at the chat. Got hit by Brachydios. Giant slime puddle of death. Come on. Just give me that buff. Roll your boat. There we go. Let's see, as you can see there, Bug actually does do some damage. I mean... Bug triggered the trip, essentially. There's a second trip. Let's do a backflip into more attacks on the back. So there, you know, I don't know if anyone saw it, but knew I was overextended, so instead of turning around, I just did a backflip. Got the hit on the monster, which triggered the riding mechanic. And so the Bug Staff really has the options to do a lot of aerial acrobatic tricks to extend out its combos, or get back into a position where it can actually engage or disengage from a monster if need be. Oh. Damn you. So one thing with the Bug that's a rather big annoyance on some of these, like, slope terrain pieces, is the Bug goes straight out in a line level to the terrain. So if you shoot it at a monster who's on a slope, the Bug is likely going to just smack into the terrain, unless you have a pheromone shot in on the monster. Then the Bug will automatically go up to that point. We got a trap over here, so I might as well use it. Get that buff off. I'm bouncing like nobody's business. Oh, damn explosions. Vertical, like, oftentimes you can leap over monsters, but most monsters have some attacks that will hit you regardless of how high over them you are. So, it's a great thing to use occasionally, but don't think that just because you have the leap attack that you'll automatically just be able to jump over all the monster attacks. Draw the weapon out. Ow! Yeah. I couldn't get out. No! You shall not cart me! Now, I bet I know why this is taking so long. I don't think event quests are scaled like the offline quests are. That could do it. be a lot to do with it. Actually, so the Brachydios does not give the parts for the Bug Staff Slime weapon. So... Weird light. Yeah, next time I'm just gonna come in here with my other insect staff. Bump, bump, bump. That. Oh, no, there we go. Bug got a killing. There it goes, stealing my kills again. Alright, time to prepare for Gora. Yeah, I like the vault jump finishes itself. Oh, knocked me right into his virus pool. That was mean. That was mean. One of the worst spots ever to actually land in. That's alright. Alright, let's call this bug in, get that triple buff going. So with Gore, one thing one of the best tactics to be with him is never be in front of him if you can help it. Always be at his side. That's mainly because he's got a breath attack that goes in front of him and explodes out to both left and right. And so if you remain on his sides, you can actually avoid that attack, which is actually one of his most damaging attacks. It actually has one-shotted me on more than one occasion. So... However, there are times when you have to throw caution to the wind in order to get your bug buffs. There we go. Gora is one of the ones that I actually have a really hard time getting the armor buff from until he's in rage mode, because it's his chest and his sides, his flanks, but you can't really get his flanks until he stops putting his wings up all the time. I need to start unloading a few more attacks. I don't have any null berries. If you'll notice, there's the purple bar underneath my name. That's the incubation of the virus. If it fills up all the way to purple, you actually get a huge damage debuff. If you manage to do enough damage while you are in the incubation period, you essentially cleanse the virus and gain an affinity buff. And a minor earplugs buff as well. Alright, let's see if I can get the yellow there. Good job. Let's see if I can get another trip off. Oh, should be about that time. I'm surprised he hasn't gone into rage mode yet. It's really odd. I would fully expect him to go into rage mode after this trip counter. Which is unfortunate because I will need to sharpen shortly after this. Oh, and there you saw the rage, the roar knocked me off. There's the rage mode. Nope. Maybe he actually can't enter rage mode in the arena. That'd be interesting. So for Gora here, you know he's in rage mode when the sky darkens and he grows horns. And it seems to be a permanent rage unless you do enough damage to his face in order to break his horns, at which point then he comes out of rage mode. There's the red buff. There's the white buff. That'll do me. I've got to get the... Nope, here's rage mode. And so now you can see he's got those big giant purple horns. Which is bad news for me, because I don't think I'm going to actually get enough damage off to cure my virus. And there's that big nasty attack. Ouch. And probably dead here. Oh, no. Let's back off some. Let's take an armor seed. Oh, nice. Pro strats! That was pure luck, but the whole point of the virus is to give a state of emergency to the hunter. Essentially, it's just a if it fully incubates and you get the full-blown virus, your health regen goes away and your affinity goes down. Or no, not affinity, but damage goes down. If you manage to cure it from yourself, you gain an affinity boost of, I think it was 15%, which is not a non-significant amount of affinity. You know, 15% chance to crit. Not small change by any means. Oh, I actually have the armor buff right now. I should try and get the attack buff. There's the attack buff. Oh, and there we have one of, you know, an example of an attack that was really designed to mess up air attacks. Oh, there's that side to side hit. Saw that one coming. Let's go ahead and get another potion in me. It's all right. Jump. Move away. Jump. Come on. Oh, still not ready for riding yet. Ah. Man, I started this fight off so well. And now I'm just fumbling. Fumbling all over the place. Oh. Down to potions. Oh. So many bad mistakes there. So many bad mischoices in life. I might bring the boulder back tonight. He's still there. There we go. Finally knocked him out of rage mode. He's tripping a lot. I wonder if he's close to death. I'll probably play for another hour or so, maybe a little longer. If I do online mode with people later, I might end up on much later, but only so much I can stand to do solo. I should work on his tail, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just trying to get through his staggering amounts of hit points. Goa does happen to have a green buff location on his tail, if you can hit it. Gives you basically the equivalent of a herb heal. With the right bug and like a monster who is paralyzed or KO'd, you can actually generate a lot of health from it, from like a speed bug, just in out, in out, in out real quick, back and forth. It can actually be a rather large amount of damage you can get from... No, I'm bouncing off of everything. But wanted to take advantage of him just standing there. Okay. Now I kind of have to go sharpen. The staff is, I like to think of the staff as a kind of a hybrid of dual sword and hunting horn. Like when you get all three buffs going, your attacks you attack almost as fast as dual swords. And then to get there, you know, you're kind of buffing yourself with notes, so to speak, kind of like the hunting horn does, except to get the notes, you're actually hitting the monster. It is by far my favorite weapon in Monster Hunter 4. Charge Axe is cool and all, but I like the mobility that the Bug Staff provides. Even if I don't always fully take advantage of it. Oh, there. What was that? No. Please don't rage on me. I'd rather not go through another rage mode right now. I don't have the concentration at this moment. Actually kind of need to go potty, but... Oh, rage mode. One of the easy tells for when he's going through the animations for rage mode is he sticks his wings up and starts using his wings as arms. I mean, there's a lot of tells of him being in rage mode, to be honest, but you know, the whole... Oh look, the sky darkens, and he's got horns, and now he's on 6 legs instead of 4, and now he's going to become a savage brute, act like kind of like a phony Tigrex. Damn it, it's too far back. Don't let me guard. Right between the wings for that one. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Ouch. Whew. Ride the Goa. Roar. No, not gonna make it. Oh, 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 wow. That was very close to failure. Damn it. My attacks are off. There we go. There's the break to bring him out of rage. There's the cure for the virus. There's the armor. Come on, get the leg. Not the head. I'm kind of curious. Do I have tranks on me? I do. Yeah! I like other weapons, Tio, but I played all the other weapons in 3U and other games, and so I am primary insect staff right now. You hold R when it's thrashing about or screaming, and you press X to attack when it's not. And each of the different monsters has like a different pattern they use for their thrashing and whatnot. So we have a ticket. That was a silver crown, large for Goa. Nice. And Brachy. Woo! Those were some damn big low rank monsters. Yes, this is the Kieran Bugstaff. Quite a bit less attack power than my other stuff that I have. Let's see what this makes. No new great swords. No new long swords. So Pirate J stuff, it looks like. There's the dual swords. Hammer. So there's the switch axe. Charge axe. No new quick staff. There, nothing there. So probably won't farm that quest too much because not going to be using axe or switch axe or dual swords too much.